Alright guys, this is what nobody's telling you about the Barcelona 6-0 demolition over Valencia. Look, yes, we won 6-0, but the scoreline is just the headline. The real story, that Barcelona looked like the Barcelona that we all know and love again. So today, I've got 6 key takeaways for you, 6 goals, 6 lessons. Here we go. Number 1, flick ball is officially back. What's really stood out to me is that it wasn't just the score, it was the intensity. That the team didn't just stop after 1 goal. We didn't protect the lead or anything. They wanted more and more and more. That's Barcelona's DNA. 6 goals, 3 different players with braces. This isn't luck. The team is playing with an identity, hunger, and they play for 90 minutes. Exactly what we did last season all year, and that's exactly what Barcelona needs to do going forward as well. And my number 2 is going to be rotations. Look, in this game, we won 6-0 without Yamal, no Balde, no Gavi as well, no Frenkie de Jong, and yet this team didn't just survive this game. They dominated. Ferran, Rooney, Rashford at front, and they played they really played incredible football in the first half, even with all the rotations that we had in the first half. And I was really impressed at half. I was not impressed about the scoreline, but I was impressed about how we played football in the first half. And what does that tell you? Hansi Flick is building a team, not just a starting 11, because she's those rotations. That's really good for us, and that's what all the great managers do. You need depth, and it's one of the reasons why I picked Barcelona to win La Liga is because they have incredible depth, and you need that flexibility. And Barcelona showed tonight that they can rotate heavily and still blow out Valencia. And my number 3 is going to be Fermín López is a reality. He's not a prospect. He's not a maybe. He's here to stay, and he scored a brace tonight. But it's not just so much about the brace. It's more than that. His intensity is unmatched. Pressing high, creating chances, moving in between the lines. He could have had 2 assists if Ferran could have finished better, and if 1 pass wasn't ruled offside to Marcus Rashford. And let's be honest, Chelsea offered him 40 million for him. Thank you so much. Please, man, shove it up or you know what, because Fermin tonight, he showed that he's worth at least 100 million euros. What a fantastic player. He's a star in the making, and thank God Barcelona didn't let him walk, okay? Number 4, Lewandowski is still world class at 37 years old. That was a masterclass in how to play the number 9 role. Coming off the bench in the second half, he scored two absolute beautiful goals. One was a banger that smacked the upright post and banged it in. The other one was a delicate chip, both barely staying on size. That's the difference between Lewandowski and everyone else. He doesn't need 5 chances to score 2 goals. He made 2 goals look effortless. Now, compare that to Ferran. He had 2 golden opportunities earlier in the first half and missed them both. That was a not good football from Ferran Torres today. That's the gap. That's why Lewandowski, even at 37, is still the guy, and Ferran Torres should be coming off the bench. I think this is more clear to me now than ever. Number 5, Raphinha is essential. Look, he rested according to Flick. It was not a thing of being late to a practice like people said. And tonight he reminded everyone, no matter what you think of his style, he will get you goals. He will get you GAs. Come hell or high water, he delivers. And on a night where Lewandowski was the classic number 9, Raphinha was the winger with the end product. That's the balance. And coming off in the second half, you can tell the difference between him and Rooney Bargi on the right flank. Really nothing was happening on the first half, and as soon as he came in the second half, it was like night and day, to be honest. And that is why Raphinha in his prime cannot be benched over nobody. Number 6, Marc Bernal is back, and what a special moment for him. Over a year since his ACL injury, and he comes on for like 10 minutes, and in those 10 minutes he shows composure, vision, and even picks up an assist for Lewandowski. And remember, he's only 18 years old. The kid is destined to be a playmaker. He could be the missing piece to elevate this team to the next level. For me, this is why he's one of the biggest moments of the night, especially for Barcelona. It's such an amazing news. Imagine having Marc Bernal, Pedri Gonzalez, and maybe Fermin if he keeps this up. This will be an insane midfielder. It's a great balanced thing of beauty. And finally, La Masia, my number 6, is La Masia deliver once again. 7 La Masia players had an impact tonight. This is not just a stat. That's the core of the project. That's what makes Barcelona unique. You can spend money, you can buy stars, but without La Masia, there is no Barcelona. And Flick understands this better than anyone, and I am so glad that he recognizes and always gives priority to La Masia players, because La Masia just keeps bailing us time and time again. Now, before I give you my honorable mentions, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and comment your thoughts. Let me know what are your key takeaways of this game. It really helps the channel grow. Now, for my honorable mentions, Jules Koundé back from injury, and finally he's picking up where he left off last season, immediately showing why this team needs him at 100%. And this is the kind of performance that reminded everyone why he's one of the best right backs in the world, and we need him back if we're gonna have a deep run into the UEFA Champions League, into La Liga, Copa del Rey, Super Cup, and all that stuff. So also Rashford, right? He has one of his better games as a Barcelona player, in my opinion. He gives me the vibes with those runs and with that kind of intensity, and I don't know why, but something tells me that when he finally gets to understand this offense, he will unleash sooner rather than later. And hey, maybe that will be against a Newcastle, and I would love to see it. Pedri, right? I'm running out of words. This guy is hands down the best midfielder in the world right now. He's Picasso, the Amazon Prime, always delivers and is always on time. Pedri Gonzalez, man, the way that he conducts this offense, this team, the tempo and everything, the touches, the ball control. My goodness. Pedri, thank you for being at Barcelona. I think it's hands down probably the best signing Barcelona has ever made. I can go as far as probably to say that. We've had Neymar, Ronaldinho, so many great players, but do you guys remember a better player than Pedri Gonzalez? I'm not sure. So here's the truth, right? In perspective, the best version of Barcelona is back. We saw intensity, we saw depth in fruition, we saw youth, and we saw stars stepping up. And we did all of that while resting key players ahead of the Champions League debut in St. James Park at Newcastle on Thursday. I told you all, calma. Around this channel, we don't abandon the ship. And tonight, Barcelona reminded us exactly why we will never abandon the ship.